Hi. Where are you chatting from? Hello. Hello everyone. Hello. How are you doing? How are you doing? Where are you chatting from? Hello. Hi everyone. Where are you chatting from? Do let me know where you're chatting from or where you're viewing from. I mean, not chatting from, but where you're viewing from. Let me know in the comments box and also give this video a thumbs up. Hi, Mimi. It's been a while. How are you? How are you doing? It's been a while. Hope you are well. Cassie, hi. How are you? Where are you chatting from? Hello. Hello. Okay, that's better. I just want to Okay, I should call you. Okay, let me be sure that I'm right with the pronunciation, right? So Anna Hera. Am I right? Am I right with that? Hi everyone. If you're just tuning in, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Just double tap on your screen to give this video a thumbs up. Okay, Anna Hera. Okay, welcome. Where are you chatting from? Do let me know where you're chatting from. And yeah, and I'm going to do my own introduction shortly, especially if you're just meeting this face for the first time. And do let me know where you're chatting from. Give this video a thumbs up. Yeah, I'm seeing the thumbs up coming up. I love that. Yeah, just do that. And today, as you can tell by the title, if you're just tuning in, I am Ijoma and I'm a pharmacist, I'm a digital storyteller, and I'm someone who is just trying to live a life that aligns with purpose and peace. So today's life is part Q&A. We're going to have, hi Manny, where are you chatting from? So today's life is going to be part Q&A, and if you've ever wondered how to juggle like content creation with a demanding profession, then you are in the right space. Oh, you're from Florida. Hi. So I am Ijoma and I currently live in Nigeria. Hi everyone, welcome. Please double tap while we're here. So we're going to do questions and see how. So if you have ever wondered how to juggle content creation or whatever with a demanding profession, then you're in the right space. So you can ask your question because I am a pharmacist as well as a digital storyteller, telling stories on YouTube about my travels around Africa, a public health advocate as well, and just someone who is trying to live a life that aligns with purpose and peace. So I know a lot of people ask me questions. Yesterday I got off a call from someone who booked a clarity call because they wanted to know how to juggle everything. Like they had watched my journey from afar and they were inspired by it. Like, how am I able to juggle so much? And someone even sent me a message, was it earlier today, and the person said your work rate is fantastic. And in my head I'm like, okay, I think we need to talk about this because things may not look the way sometimes they seem. But if you have any questions surrounding that, I'll be taking that. Okay, so let me just give you a brief personal story about myself. Hi Patrick, hello. Where are you tuning from? Where are you streaming from? Where are you watching from? Welcome. So how did I get here? So that's what we're going to first talk about. So yeah, how did I get here? So for anyone tuning in, make sure to double tap the screen to like. Okay. Hi Mimi. Yes, Mimi says, I'm really curious to know how you balance being a pharmacist and travel content creator. I'm soon going to be a lawyer, and I have interest in traveling as well. And I've been wondering how to balance. That's a very beautiful question. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a story, right? How I got here. So I studied pharmacy as in Ukraine, and for those tuning in, hi, welcome. So I studied pharmacy in Ukraine, and when I came back to Nigeria, stepped into a career, or I stepped into an environment that didn't look like what I studied, right? So I did find a lot of professionals, experienced professionals, struggling. Hi, Patrick, thank you. Thank you for the compliment. I love my country, England. Hello, I am Orania, South Africa. Hi, welcome. So I stepped into a profession that in my country that I thought to myself, this is not what I studied. This is not what I went to school to study for. This is not what pharmacy looks like. And I saw a lot of experienced professionals burnt out. I saw them struggling, burnt out, feeling undervalued and underpaid. And in my head, I said, okay, this is a turning point for me. I have to do something different. I can't continue like this. And in that process, I started to create awareness. First of all, I started to create content for pharmacists who are in the diaspora and are looking forward to like returning to their home country and are seeking for ways to how to navigate that process, because it's a whole process when you're coming back, when you study pharmacies abroad and you're coming back to your country, like in my case, Nigeria. So I started creating content like that on YouTube. So that's what I started with at first, and eventually I started to create, like I started delving into other aspects out of my curiosity, like what can pharmacy look like. I started to reimagine, okay, what can pharmacy look like for me, and I started to going online researching, and with that I started sharing content about the things that I would see online. I started taking courses. It led me to start taking this my master's in public health, and because I just wanted a change. I knew that this is not what I wanted to do, and that's what I started with. And guess what? That birthed a vision and a brand, my current brand, which is Pharmunity, which is to help African pharmacists rediscover their passion, help them with career transition and also other non-traditional paths. So that's brought about that. And then in the long run, because I started taking like public health, I started to find my niche, in the sense that I didn't want to work in a traditional setting because that didn't sound like what I dreamt of. I didn't want to be put, or like, would I say, I didn't want to feel stuck, and I did not see progression there. That didn't excite me. So I started in public health. So I will start doing like community health outreaches, and just started creating content online about health. And before you knew it, I was already creating a path for myself. So with that, I was able to navigate towards the non-traditional aspect of pharmacy. And with that, I started to get opportunities online, and even recently I got an opportunity to be as an independent contractor, to be a media campaign to increase the HPV vaccination rates in northern Nigeria. So with that, I had more time to myself, and it made me a self-starter. So I wasn't like working in 9 to 5. So I had more time to do things for myself, while I had this new role, contract role, that I really enjoyed doing. And it was still about health, but not in the traditional setting of pharmacy. So with that, I could also take on my trips, travel to this other African countries, and still set out the time to do other things like relating to my role, and just because now I was more in control of my time. So if you're just tuning in, make sure to tap, double tap the screen, to give this video a thumbs up. Okay, so yeah, that's how I got here, and I discovered my passion for storytelling, for telling stories, for telling people and teaching people, breaking complex medical health issues into very simple, simplifying it for people, so to help them understand and make better health informed decisions. So that's how I got into it, and that's how I was able to now navigate my path. So right now, I do not work as a 9 to 5 pharmacist. Like recently, I just finished a consultation business development gift for a client who wanted to open her own pharmacy. So I helped her with the processes from the beginning, how to start, where to get your medications, how to do all those things, and I just got paid for that. So that's how that's how I work. If you do get what I'm saying, as a pharmacist at the moment. So it's not like in the traditional aspect. So you wouldn't necessarily see me at a community pharmacy. Not saying that is bad at all if you're a pharmacist here. I'm just saying that there is more to pharmacy. Like if you really want to like try out other aspects, there is, and you shouldn't feel like you are stuck to one position. So that's how I started, and that's how I was able to now carve out the time to do other things that matter to me. So also when I don't have those contract jobs, because those ones are contracts, I work as a virtual assistant, and that means that I help people with, I currently have a client, just a client I'm working with, and I help them with, designs and everything for their social media. And that this client has been on my rope. Like she's someone that I've been consistently working with for the past, I think, 2 years now. So that helps me on a monthly basis, if you know what I mean. So like with that, I'm able to do my own things and also get the chance to travel as well. So Mimi, I don't know if that will answer your question. So for you now, it depends on what aspect you want to get into. Like as a lawyer, it doesn't mean you should not, if the traditional setting of law interests you, you can still be able to do that and still travel. When I was working in 9 to 5, what I usually do is that I keep my trips towards like either the weekends or during my leave period. You know that there's a leave period for each person, so I keep it towards that time. I say, okay, maybe my leave is around, we're in June, right? Maybe it's around July, August. So I'm already planning. So I make sure that I take a lot of content during that period, because I know that after that leave period, I have to be back to work and I may not have the time to travel again. So I am saving towards that time. I'm setting like my itinerary, what I'm going to do, things I'm going to do, things I want to achieve, so that beautifully for YouTube, you can, the content that I made like months ago, I'm still posting them now because I created so much content. So like I don't have, they're in my back row, so I'm just like editing and I'm posting. So you can really, my point is this, you can really do it however you want to, if you set out the time to plan how to navigate it. And I believe that you can do it, really. Okay, so there are so many messages. Let me see. First of all, hi everyone. If you're just joining and tuning in, just make sure to click like. Maybe let me know if this helps. If you have another question, like you can still ask and I will be able to answer. I'll see if I can answer that. So I love my country. I am Nigerian. Am I Nigerian? I am Nigerian, totally. Ninja. Okay. Dennis McDonald says, hi, you're from North Carolina. Hi, how are you doing? I used to live in Ghana and Uganda. Ooh, you've been everywhere. I used to live in Ghana and Uganda, but I'm from Orania, South Africa. Are you Nigerian? Yes, I'm totally Nigerian. I'm 100% Nigerian. 100% Nigerian. Okay, so what do you think of white South Africans, as I am a white? I don't think anything. There are a lot of African countries that you will go to and you will see people who are not necessarily black, and you can detail it back to the times of like our forefathers and the colonization and all that. So I don't necessarily think anything. I just believe that as humans we should live peacefully, we should coexist peacefully with one another. And yeah, that's just about it. We should respect one another, whether no matter the color of our skin tone. We should just respect each other and do to others what you want them to do to you. That's basically it, and that's what I live by. So if you're just joining in, make sure to double tap the screen to like the video. So Blink says, where are you from? I'm from Nigeria. Yeah, I'm 100% Nigerian. Raven says, oh my god, I know you. Did we talk yesterday? Really? I'm not sure. Hi, it's DJ Nas. Hi. Where are you viewing from? Mimi, okay, you're welcome. Mimi, I believe that you can do this. Really, you can do whatever you put your mind to do. If you want to still travel and still be a lawyer, you can be a travel lawyer. Whatever you carve that niche for yourself, you can be a travel lawyer. You can also do travel on your break times when you have breaks. Even people who work, I have friends who work abroad, like in the UK. Do you know what they do? So this made me think that okay, I have no excuse. So you know how they work 9 to 5, work. Do you know what they do? Sometimes when they don't even have that leave break, they take their weekends and they travel. Imagine they finish from work maybe this Friday, they travel that Friday and they're returning Monday morning. Yeah, that's what some of them do. So it made me realize that okay, if you really want to do this thing, you can actually set the time. Do you see what I'm saying? So I believe so much in what you're doing, and I know that you are capable and you can do this. So fighting. Yes. So now so how did we get here? If you're just joining or tuning in or just seeing me for the first time, you're welcome. We are talking about balancing public health, content creation, and travel, with me, because that's what I currently do. So I'm sharing my personal journey, my wins, my struggles, and the systems for managing my life as a pharmacist, public health advocate, content creator, and traveler. Anyway, so if let me know where you are tuning in from, where you're watching from. Hi, child of God. God bless you too. God bless you too. Hi, Casey. How are you? Where are you watching from? Let me know in the comments. So I remember my first ever YouTube video that I made, right? And I remember making that video the day I was leaving Ukraine for Nigeria. Yes, the day I was leaving Ukraine from Nigeria. So I told myself, if I leave this country without posting any video, I know I would never make a YouTube video. I know I'll never become a YouTuber, because it was always a dream of mine right from while I was in school. And Ania, thank you for your compliments. And I got your YouTube name to where I can watch your videos. My videos are here online, this same channel. Yeah, Ijoma. You can find my other videos there. Welcome. Where are you watching from, Ania? Anyway, so I remember my first YouTube video, and I think that video was about the trip I made, my last trip as a tourist within Ukraine. I went to another city and I filmed it. And yes, that was my first video. I went to Odessa in Ukraine. Odessa is where you have the Dead Sea, and it's so beautiful. It's a place where people during the summer period in Ukraine, then people would come visit this place and have such a nice time. So I went there. I went with two friends, and we had such a nice time. And I filmed it, and that was my first video. You may find it on my channel. I still left it there. It's not like all the other, but I still left it there. I still left it there. So, hi Frederick. Where are you chatting from? Oh, Ania, you're watching from America. Okay, lovely. God bless you all, the people in your world. God blesses me. God blesses people. Yeah, God bless everyone. Yeah, he loves you and he loves me. Yeah, I love that. Glory be to God. Yeah. So why did I start traveling? So some people always wonder how. Hi Casey, you said same. Okay, I see. Some people always wonder how and when I started traveling. Hi to the 16 people online. If you are just tuning in, make sure to double tap the screen. Double tap. Okay, I had said that I would set a time for myself. I was supposed to just spend like 30 minutes, but it's already 21 minutes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hi Afros. If you're just joining in, make sure to double tap. Just double tap the screen to give this video a thumbs up. Hi Afros. Hi. Oh yes, I did it. Where have you been? I talked about it in my recent one of my recent live videos that I finally did it. So you were there and yeah, you're seeing it done. Yeah. I did it finally. I did it myself. So I Afros, I was like, life is awesome. I mean, life is beautiful. You may not we may not always get what we want, but at the end of the day, once you put your trust in God, like everything else is settled, really. There's this scripture that keeps me going, and it's a scripture that I stumbled on this week. I'm a Christian, okay? And is that scripture that says that is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. It's so profound. I don't know if my Bible is here. Okay, my Bible is there. You brought that question, so let's do this. So it's in Jeremiah 10:23. So he said, "Oh Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It's not in man that walketh to direct his steps." The way of a man is not in himself. So sometimes you think you've got it all together, you can do this. It's not in yourself. You have to bring yourself, humble yourself, and know that you don't even know what is going to happen in the next 1 minute, in the next 2 minutes, 3. I don't even know what is going to happen in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in the next 10 seconds, right? So, but it's not in man's way to know, like the man that is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. So that's why every day we have to submit our ways unto God and he will direct our path. So today, I feel amazing. And also, remember this quote. I saw it in a book one time. It said, "It's a bad day, not a bad life." So no matter how you feel, if you have a bad moment, it's a bad moment, not a bad life. Because when you think in general, okay, you've had good days, right? So sometimes things may not go as planned. So it may be a bad moment, a bad day, but not a bad life, really. So that's it. If you're just tuning in, make sure to double tap. Okay. Afros, you said, where are you from? I am Nigerian. All right. Ofika Bikan, welcome. I'm glad that you saw this because you saw how this room looked before. I showed the before and after. So I am glad that you saw it to fruition. And it did come out a bit like that color that I showed you guys that day. So yeah. So if you're wondering what I'm talking about, so my room was all white and I was talking about how I wanted a change. Like I wanted to paint a section of my room green, like this color. And I went to the paint shop and we discussed, and they didn't have this exact color. They said they had to mix it. So, and I was so scared. I was just like, what if they don't get the exact color? So the one they gave me, I was so skeptical, but like I tried it, I painted it myself, and yeah, that's the green color there. So we've got green and white, just how like the dream came to life. So that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, um Afro's like, Dawn, Ania, do you have a boyfriend? No. Ania says hi. Frebizo Xiao Beleza. I don't know what that means. I wish I did. Xiao. No. Ciao. Ciao. Beliza. Okay. Please let me know what that means. Mash chill leaves. Hello. Where are you chatting from? Let me know in the comments. Afros. Oh, from Africa. Yeah. Maestro Lies. I subscribed. Ooh, welcome to the family. And yeah, I don't like square. I'm dying from it. Oh, I can't relate. Guess what? The other day I was called to I had a speaking engagement in a school, in a high school, and I went, and I'll tell you, like when I stepped into that school, I had this nostalgic feeling that was not great. Like I school didn't I didn't like school as well. I just always used to think then that why must we go to school? School is great, but I don't necessarily think that it has to be done within the four walls of that environment. I think it can be done maybe outside. I don't think we have to be confined to the four walls of the classroom to get educated, to get informed. I think it can be there should be other ways to make it more fun. So when I entered into that school environment, I just felt, oh my god, I don't wish to be here. I don't miss it. I don't miss high school. So I understand. But please, if you're in school, just try and finish. There's this phrase that then in school that someone would tell me, says, even if you get, especially when you're in your final year in school, it's usually one of the hardest. Who can relate to what I'm saying? Your final year in school. If you're just tuning in, make sure to double tap the screen to give this video a thumbs up. Just double tap to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you. So the person says that like even if you have to crawl to reach the final part of your education, just do it. Just make sure you other people may be wrong, because at the finishing end, at the finishing part of your education or final year is always the hardest. I don't know if I'm just the only one. For me, it was one of my hardest periods, especially in university back then in Eastern Europe. It was really hard. I felt like dropping out at so many points. I felt like giving up, but I just like, God help me, and I tried, and the rest is history. You would understand that the thing is, this shall soon pass. So whenever you think about education or whatever it is you're going through at the moment, that is just for a moment, just always have it at the back of your mind. This shall soon pass, because very soon you will look back and they will all be histories. They will all be stories. They will all be testimonies. They will all be a source of inspiration for another person. So just have that in mind. Yeah. Omar. Hi. Omar, where are you viewing from? Mushroom leaves. I'm from Austin, Texas. Oh, you're welcome. Afros, what do you think about Ibrahim Traore? Whew, that's such a good question. Ibrahim Traore is one leader that every leader should aspire to be, in terms of character, in terms of showing up, in terms of being courageous and doing things and doing the right thing, even if it means only you being that person. Like, even if it means everybody says they are not going to, or they are not going hands with you, and you're just the only person, and it's the right thing, going ahead to do that thing. Ibrahim Traore is a leader that his principles should be applied, are things that should be applied to other facets of life. As an individual, you can look at him and you can take notes and say, yeah, this is us, this is awesome. He's doing amazing well. Like, if you look at his achievements, the things that he's been doing, it's just commendable. It's commendable. he's making his people proud. He's also making us in other part of the African countries feel great as well. Like it feels no, please. Why are you like this? No, someone asked me about him, and I'm just inspired. I'm inspired. Official Beacon says it's like you have a crush on him. No, please, he's married. Okay, so I'm just inspired by his work ethic, and he's such a courageous leader. And I believe that every other African leader should learn a thing or two from him. That's how to serve. That's how to be a leader. So yeah. Okay, so I don't I'm watching from America. I'm watching from America, and I also liked and subscribed. Thank you, Ania. Thank you so much. Master Lives, how old are you? Do you know what? I've gotten to the stage where I am actually not in that position to say how old I am. What do you think? Let me know. What do you think? If you're right, I will say yeah. So yeah. Hi Na, how are you? Now we have to go live very soon. You said we're going to go live. Nah, when are we going live on YouTube? No need for procrastination. When are we going live on YouTube? Let me know. Yeah, Officer Beacon, I think you're talking about the school, and like in your final year, that's when you feel like giving up. I'm telling you, you feel like giving up. It's usually the hardest. But if you can crawl, if you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk to the end, to finish, to get that your degree, your certificate, then crawl. Even if it means you're slow, just make sure you keep going. Little drops every day. Yeah, and that's it. Major Lawson, you're so beautiful. Thank you. Kevin, skin glowing like a beautiful chocolate screen. Thank you. Ania, hi. Please continue. Okay. Afro says, please continue. Is it on Ibrahim Traore? Let's list some of his achievements. There's one that I really liked recently. I'm searching on Google. I'm coming. Achievement. Yeah, let's talk about it. Some of his achievements. Ibrahim Traore. So we're talking about Ibrahim Traore if you're just joining in, and what I think about him as a person. So I want something recent, please. This is 2 months ago. I don't know if this is recent. Hold on. And what makes me sad is the number of assassination attempts that he has had in the recent times. Like, he's just such a young man. Like, why are you trying to assassinate someone that is only for doing the right thing? Is it that you don't like things being done the right way or something? Okay, so achievements of Captain Ibrahim Traore, president of Burkina Faso. So he has accomplished all this under 3 years. So let's see this. During this period, he has survived 16. No, at the moment now it's 18. It's not 16 assassination attempts. Below are some of his key achievements. 1, he's building the largest hospital in West Africa, which is currently under construction and expected to open in late 2025. Look, in every country, the topmost attention is towards the health and the security. In every country, health and security. Yeah. So he's doing something in that health, building the largest hospital in West Africa, and it's currently under construction. Sunday, there's a new airport that is under construction and is set to be completed by the end of 2025 as well, with a capacity to handle 1 million passengers annually. What? 3, He reduced the salaries of ministers by 30% while increasing the salaries of civil servants by 50%. Leave it. What are you talking about? Why would it? Oh my God, Ibrahim Traore, he reduced the salaries of ministers by 30% while increasing the salaries of the commoners. I'm sorry for using that word, but like in I'm talking about the ministers and the civil servants. The salaries of the civil servants is being increased by 50%, while it reduced the salaries of the ministers by 30%. Talk about a leader. Talk about a leader. Oh man. Fourthly, the fourth one is he paid off Burkina Faso's local debt. If you're just tuning in, make sure to double tap. And currently we're talking, double tap the screen to like the video. We're currently talking about Ibrahim Traore's achievements in the past years. So he paid off Burkina Faso's local debts. And he established the country's first ever tomato processing plants. Wow. I even heard that Burkina Faso is one country that exports tomatoes to other African countries. So that's fantastic. And now they don't have to send these tomatoes outside the country to be processed and bring and then take them back to Burkina Faso. Now you can do everything in Burkina Faso. So that means the resources or the money that would be sent outside the country will now be within the nation, within the country. So that means more employment for people. Awesome. He inaugurated a state-of-the-art gold mine to enhance local processing capabilities. So no more sending our gold to people to process. We're going to do it here. Africa is rising, and we're seeing it through the leadership of Ibrahim Traore. So why would I be happy about his achievements? This is awesome. So he banned the export of unrefined gold from Burkina Faso to Europe. He built the country's second cotton processing plant, previously having only one. So now they have a second cotton processing plant. So that means more employment for people. Oof. He opened the first ever national support center for artisanal cotton processing to assist local cotton farmers. Look at this one, the number 10. He banned British-style legal wigs and gowns in local courts and introduced traditional Burkina attire. So there's something that most people don't understand. In this part of Africa, when you see when you see a lawyer, they usually wear this wig, that's a white wig, and I don't know for what reason. Why are we putting on a white wig? We have our own crown, our own hair for glory. Why are we putting on a white wig on top of ourselves? So this is awesome. He banned the wigs and the gowns in local courts and introduced traditional Burkina. We have our own attires. This is lovely. Ibrahim Traore. This is lovely. He prioritized agriculture by distributing over 400 tractors, 229 tillers, 710 motor pumps, and motorbicycles to boost production and support rural stakeholders. So everything that he's doing is for the people. Just what democracy is about. Other people accuse him of being a authoritarian and not being democratic in his styles, but you can see that the result is democratic. It's for the people. It's for the people. Everything that he's doing is for the people, not for himself. Wow. He expelled French military operations from Burkina Faso. He introduced prison reforms, allowing inmates to work on agricultural farms in exchange for reduced sentences. So look at that. So you see, people get jailed and everything, but he now introduced prison reforms. This is something that is not seen in most African countries, right? And these inmates now get to work on agricultural farms in exchange for reduced sentences. So in that process, you're getting more. You have people who can work on that. You don't have to go and import people to come on. See, this is like fantastic. I don't know what you're talking about. There's so many here, so many, but I'm going to stop here. I'm going to stop here. Also, the fact that I heard that he refused to be paid the amount that presidents are being paid in their country. He said, no, don't worry about it. Pay me how much I used to be paid when I was in the military. Who does that? That's what it, oh my God. He needs to write a book or something. He needs to he needs he needs to host a conference for the other world African leaders. They need to learn from him. Yeah. I'm still getting out. How old are you? Guess how old are you? My name is Ijoma. Kevin says, Ofiko Beacon, why are you laughing? What's funny? Why does your face look so smooth? Thank you. Why? Why? How do I answer the question why? I guess partly genes. Yeah. Kevin, Marshall lives 22 is so funny. Wow, okay. Anya says, are you 27? Okay, now let's do it next weekend. Okay? Let's do it next weekend. After says lots of stories related to Ibrahim on YouTube is all correct or fake. Oh, this is not just YouTube. These are like newspapers and stuff, like things that have been carried on newspapers, on the news, and even in Burkina Faso, Burkina Faso news. So that wouldn't be 100% fake. If multiple newspapers, then even in their news in Burkina Faso, they're talking about these things, what he's doing and everything, then please. The point is, he's doing well. And a lot of more African leaders need to learn from him. That's the point. Hi, Timmy. What's up? I'm good. I'm awesome. How are you? So, Ania says, today is my friend's birthday and she's turning 8 and I'm already 8. So we're going to be 8. Wait, what? Were you trying to rhyme or something? My shoulder says 24. Okay. Oh gosh, I've seen so many. What's really how old are you? Oh, Nat says yes, we consume a lot of tomatoes from Burkina. You see that? You see, that's it. That's just the point. He's just doing amazing, and whether or not, and some people say, oh, this is not, oh, that's fake, that, but we can see some of the things that he's doing already. Look, we cannot but applaud him because of Ibrahim Traore, a lot of people in the diaspora are saying they want to return back to Africa. That's awesome. Like, a lot of people want to return back home. That's like amazing. That's what we hope for. People who have been, don't know their roots, and they're trying to, and finally they see, and they've been yearning for it. They've been yearning to return back home, but they don't know. But they're seeing these things and they're just like, finally, it's like time for liberation. That's awesome. Taha, hi. How are you? You people are all educated, smart, courageous, intelligent, and brave. Then how come other people cheated this region for me? Look, if we want to get into the stories, this is not gonna be today. It's not gonna be today. It's not something. Maybe we should talk about it in our next live. Like, that's what we should delve into, because right now I'm currently rounding up. I have to go back to work, but that's a good topic. We should talk about that afterwards in our next live. We should talk about how we even ended up here in the first place. Hi Chad, hi. Theme trees. Hi, hello from Greece. Hi. Greece is such a beautiful place. I've only seen in pictures, but I know it's beautiful. Canary, hi. I'm awesome. How are you? How are you doing? Greetings from New York. Hey. I'm streaming from Nigeria. I'm Nigerian. Thank you, Franklin. You're glowing. Love your glasses. Thank you so much. They are recommended. Yeah, I use them to see because I'm short-sighted. If you're just joining, please make sure to double tap double tap double tap to give this video a thumbs up. Yeah. Toby, hello from Florida. Hello Toby. Abuja. Yes, I'm streaming from Abuja. Do you know about Abuja? I'm streaming from Abuja. Yeah, I'm streaming from Abuja. Yeah, Afros, you're welcome. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. So if you're just watching, if you're just tuning in, make sure to tap. So I liked how I started, but now we one question changed everything. What do you think about Ibrahim Traore? Awesome. I love that. I also have a podcast on my YouTube where we talk about Africa. We talk about just Africa, the concept of Africa rising, and we bring in guests from Africa that are doing, especially like Pan-African creators or African entrepreneurs from different parts of the African nations that are doing amazing. And we bring them and we talk, we have a chit chat. Like, this is to encourage people, to inspire the next generation. So you can go on my channel and then you go to the podcast aspect of it. We have 2 guests already. We are just started and we have 2 guests. So you can go there. Our first guest ever was one girl. I don't know if you know one girl. A lot of you, if you've been following like all these Pan-African creators, you should know her. She has over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. She's one girl, Zalalel. She's from Ethiopia, and she makes like videos about Africa rising, different news, African news, and all that. You should follow her. Okay, Canary. Yeah, of course, the capital. Yeah, Canary. Yeah, what's today's topic? Yeah, today's topic is balancing public health, content creation, and travel. That's what I initially started with. So I was just telling how I was able to. Yeah, Edwin, the topic was balancing public health, content creation, and travel. So I was talking about how I was able to like balance everything because I'm a pharmacist, I'm a public health advocator, I'm a content creator, etc. So I was just talking about how I've been able to like balance it all. So that's what it has been about. But eventually others were asking questions and then we're just delving into other things. Oh, Africa from India. Lovely. India. I would like to visit India. Yeah. I love Indian cuisines and I would like to visit India for that. I like when I travel to places, one thing, the 2 things I look forward to more than the place that I'm going to is the food and the culture. I'm a big fan. Like food, when I'm going to I'm not someone that I go to a country and I go and try something familiar. Nah, I want to try something like, what is the native food in your country? What is the staple food here? What do people go to? What's the thing that people like to eat a lot here? That's what I want to eat. I'm not saying no, I want to try something from my country. Do you have that in your country? There are some times when I kind of get homesick when I travel. Like, I'm like, okay, I miss home food. But I wouldn't like just stick to home food throughout my trip. I would like to try other people's food and stuff. So Hyderabad. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Is the right place. I've heard of this place. I need to put that in mind. If you're just tuning in, let me know where you're tuning in from, and make sure to double tap, double tap, double tap. I'll be going off live in less than 10 minutes because I can't stay more than an hour on this live. Oh my god. So double tap if you're just to give this video a thumbs up. Just double tap your screen. Thank you. Double tap to do that. So yeah. So the realities of just balancing everything is I just sometimes I'm a very spontaneous person, right? Because some people think, okay, do you plan? Do you do this? I'm in between. Sometimes I'm spontaneous, sometimes I like to plan, but I don't really like rigid structure to things. I don't know if you can relate. Maybe with your life. Do you like structure? Do you like to just wing it? Or do you like to plan, like everything has to go? Or do you just like to have a bit of this and a bit of that? Let me know. So for me, how I'm able to balance everything is just like right now I know like when next I want to travel, right? Although I haven't like started like planning like how I'm going to do it, like detailing everything, but I sort of like have an idea of when I want to travel. At the moment I don't want to because I have other things that I'm doing relating to work, school and all that, so I can't really travel far. I can travel like within but not like outside my country at the moment. So that's how I'm able to do it. So a bit of spontaneity and spontaneity, how is it pronounced? And a bit of just winging it. So people assume that, oh, they'll be like, oh, you're just going everywhere, you're just in my country we call it waka waka, you're just going different places that, but they don't understand that I am doing YouTube as a side, and it's like something that I'm monetized right now, so it's like it's also a side thing for me, right? I enjoy traveling. I would do it even if I didn't have a YouTube channel, but doing it and having a YouTube channel just makes sense for me. So if you're just tuning in, make sure to double tap to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. So but the reality is like traveling is not joke. Like when people see the pictures online, they're like, oh my god, you did, especially when you're traveling solo. I've been traveling solo for quite some time now. My first country solo was to the Netherlands, and that's when I was in Ukraine. I traveled to the Netherlands and I spent like 3 days, and that was my first time. But recently I went to 5 African countries solo trip. I'm telling you, it's not fun. It's not all fun. There are parts that are fun, but it's not all fun. It takes a lot of grit, tenacity, but I do enjoy it. But I think I would prefer traveling with people, but people with like-minded people with the right vibes, people with the right, not like people when you get, they say, oh, take me this video, they're already getting angry, they're already getting tired. Like, I don't like, and that's why I prefer traveling solo, because I don't have to feed up like people's energy. The energy matters, right? The energy matters a lot. So yeah. Said hi. Carrie said you're so pretty. Thank you. After said try our world famous mutin biryani. I have had biryani, right? But not in India. But I don't think I've had mutin biryani. But I'm going to put that in mind. Eric says, are you Igbo or Yoruba? I am Igbo, but I lived in Yoruba land for like almost all my life. So I relate more with the Yorubas to Igbos, but I'm Igbo. Hence my name is Ijoma. Try Black Love. But what's happening? Why are you? If you're just tuning in, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Double tap. Afros, where are you going to? All right, bye. Make sure to double tap this video to give it a thumbs up. Okay, double tap the screen. Ebuka Oyenso, I too love traveling. Oh, lovely. Where have you, like, what countries have you visited, like, so far? Or how many countries have you visited? That would be nice. Welcome, Mr. Savage. Hi, Ijoma. I'm streaming from Cape Town. What's your ideal next country to visit? I want to keep it a secret. Okay, so I am still planning, right? I'm still in the planning phase, so I don't know if I can, but uh, but I'm thinking East Africa. I'm thinking East Africa, yeah, because I did West Africa. I did 5 countries in West Africa, so I'm thinking I should try East Africa this time. So, yep. So we'll see how that goes, right? Um. So Michael said, "Hello, beauty. How are you doing today? I'm awesome, Michael. How are you?" When I traveled from Lagos to Ivory Coast some years, but I enjoyed it. I love traveling. Ooh, you did a straight trip from Lagos to Ivory Coast? That's awesome. That must have taken a lot. Like, I had to break my journey. So I did Lagos to Ghana. I spent a few days in Ghana, and then Ghana to Ivory Coast. Because sometimes when you take, I don't know about then, but right now, if you take that trip straight, a road trip from to Lagos to Ivory Coast, sometimes you can take 2 days on the road. 2 days or even more. And you I don't know, it's not fun to me. I prefer breaking the journey. So visit Uganda or Kenya. That wouldn't be bad, honestly. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. So I have less than 3 minutes, and I must say that it's been lovely chatting with everyone, and I'm honestly grateful for starting a YouTube channel. Like I tell people, there's someone I was speaking to yesterday who got on a clarity call with me and just wanted to know how I've been able to do it, how I've been able to stay consistent over the years. And the thing is, it's not that easy, right? There are struggles that are there. For instance, with creating content, you have inconsistent power from this part of the world, you have slow Wi-Fi's on some days, you have writer blocks, you have imposter syndrome, and so on. So, but just the small wins keep me going. I was telling this person that there was a time when I wanted to stop YouTube because I wasn't seeing anything. It took me 5 years to get monetized, right? And what if I had given up like the 4th year? What if I had given up on YouTube the 4th year? What if I had just given up and not knowing that if I persisted, if I continued, there was that waiting for me in front? So those small wins like this and pushing myself outside my comfort zone helped so much. I remember when I started traveling again, and I did this trip to the 5 African and West African countries. It was out of the need of, I can't keep waiting for people. Someone told me one day, because I told her that I love to travel, but ever since I got back from Ukraine to Nigeria, I stopped traveling because I was waiting for people. Like, you know how you want to travel and people are like, oh, let's do this together, and then 1 month turned to 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, and it's not happening, right? And then she said, you can only be young once, so do everything you want to do now, stop waiting for people. So I took that advice and I went for my first. It was very scary. I mean, trying to move to visit a country where you don't know anybody or anything, but I needed to do it for myself. I needed to do it and stop waiting for others, because the truth is, sometimes they may never come along. They may just keep saying, okay, let's do it, and time is going. You may never regain that time again. And with life, things may come your way and responsibilities begin to add up. When you get married and you begin to have children, like, you don't have time to do these things again. You may do them, but in the capacity to which you can do that now when you're single, is huge, it's massive, right? So you have to just start doing what you can right now. And when you start, you will meet other people, like-minded people, but you have to start to meet them. It's on the journey of doing that you meet those people. But if you keep to yourself and you stay and you're like, oh, there's nobody, there's this, that, and so you'll just be there, really. So that's that. And what's coming, I have some, of course, some videos. If you want to keep up with me when I'm not live, you can check out some of my videos on YouTube channel, this particular channel. And yeah, so 1.96 height. Yusuf, what's going on? 105 kilos and 17 years of fitness training. Ansom Istanbul. What's that? Ebuka says, you are right. We spent more than 24 hours on the road. It was stressful, but I loved the experience. African borders are something else. We should do better we should do better extortion here and there. Honestly, I spoke about this in my last live. May I want to check it out. Like, I did this road trip, and my God, I think one of the things that needs to be changed is border reforms, border policy reforms. They need to do something about it. You're doing well, just like me. Thank you, GCK. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate. Mr. Savage says, how long have you been on content creation? Gosh, it's been like 5 years now. Yeah, 5 years. Yeah. So thank you all for watching and coming on my live. Should we do this again? Should we do this again? Thank you for showing up. Let me know if you want us to do this again, and we're going to, yeah. So I have to go right now. Thank you all for stopping by, watching, and like I said, you can catch up with me and my other content online on YouTube, of course. All right. So make sure to click on the notification bell on my channel so that you don't miss when I go live. I don't have a structure with going live these days. I just go live when I have like some time. All right. So take care all. Bye. Ciao. Bye everyone. Thank you for tuning in.